Bitcoin, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance, and pivot levels, and the Fibonacci's. It is Sunday, the 1st of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, been a mixed start to the day. You're going to see Bitcoin move back through the 38.2% fib at 41,592 and through the pivot at 41,629. To bring the first major resistance level at 42,208 into play. Then you see plenty of support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 42,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level in yesterday's high at 42,398 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 43,500 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 42,976. Failure to move back through the 38.2% fib and pivot would bring the first major support level at 48,661 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 40. Second major support level 42,822 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day. That's coming off the back of yesterday's late pullback. So look out for a further widening to suggest further downside ahead. On the EMAs, the 50 has moved away marginally from the 100 and the 200, suggesting a bullish morning ahead. So key would be to move back through the 38.2% fib at 41,592 and the pivot at 41,629 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, also been a mixed start to the day. Going to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 2504 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 2585. Going to see plenty of support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from this morning's high at 2557.79. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 2,600 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Ethereum target 2,700 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2,636. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2,452 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 2,350s. Second major support level at 2,371 should limit any downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day. That's coming off the back of yesterday's late moves and this morning's upside. So look out for a further widening through the morning. On the EMAs, that's a bullish signal with the 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, also suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 2504 and break through this morning's high 2557.79 to bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, being a choppy start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 144 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 147. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high that was at 146.68. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Litecoin target 150 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 149. Pullback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 142 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 140s. Second major support level at 140 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight widening of the bullish histogram at the turn of the day. Got to keep an eye on that though, so there's a possible bearish cross. So that's not providing too much direction through the morning. On the EMAs, however, that is a bullish signal with the 50 pulling away marginally from the 100 and the 200 supporting this early upside. So key would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot at 144, break through yesterday's high 146.68 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, also a mixed start. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fallback through the pivot at 7479 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 7581. Going to need to see plenty of support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from 0.755 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 75957 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 0.78 levels. Second major support level sits at 7697. Fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level 7363 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should stay clear of the second major support level sitting at 7262. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, but need to look out for a possible bullish cross off the back of this morning's early upside. On the EMAs, the 50 has pulled away marginally from the 100 and the 200, but look out for any flattening that would suggest downside ahead. So key would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot at 7479 and move through to 755 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that and support levels will be in play.